students, welcome back to Class 10 Geography, Chapter 6 Manufacturing Industries. This is Poonam from Birla Vidyaniketan. In today's session, we will begin with the agro-based industries, basically the textiles one. Before we proceed, let's quickly recapitulate. In the previous video, we discussed about the importance of manufacturing, factors responsible for the growth of industrial location, and lastly, we did the classification of industries. After today's class, the students will be able to analyze the significance of textile industries, to differentiate between the various types of industries, and to understand the problems faced by the agro-based industries in India. Let us start with today's topic, agro-based industries. Agro-based industries are those industries which are using agricultural product as their raw material. For example, we have cotton textiles, jute textiles, sugar mills, silk textiles, woolen and edible oil. According to class 10th NCERT, we are going to focus on only three types of agro-based industries, that is cotton textiles, jute mills and sugar industries. The textile industry occupies unique position in the Indian economy. Why is it so? Because it contributes significantly towards the industrial production, helps us in generating employment opportunities, earns foreign exchange, it contributes towards 4% GDP. It is the only industry in the country which is self-reliant and complete in the value chain, that is, from raw material to the highest value added products. Cotton textiles comes under the category of agro-based industries. In ancient India, cotton textiles were produced with hand spinning and handloom weaving techniques. The first successful textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854. After the 18th century, power looms came into use. Our traditional industries suffered a setback during the colonial period because they could not compete with the mill-made cloth from England. In India, we have two types of loomage. The first one is the hand looms and the second one is your power looms. It is important for our country to keep the mill sector loomage lower than the power loom and hand loom. This is because of the following reasons. The first point is that it will lead to the development of cottage industries. Secondly, more and more people of rural areas will get employment opportunities. Thirdly, the migration of rural people to urban areas in search of jobs will reduce. Fourthly, it will raise the standard of living of the rural people. And lastly, it will also help to earn foreign exchange, which ultimately make our country economically stronger. Under the heading Cotton Textiles, we will be covering its contribution, factors which are leading for the growth of cotton textiles, distribution, advantages of having cotton textiles industries, and lastly, we will cover the problems faced by the cotton textile industries. This industry has close links with agriculture and provides a living to farmers, cotton ball pluckers, and workers engaged in ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, designing, packaging, tailoring, and sewing. It supports many other industries such as chemicals and dyes, packaging materials, and engineering works. Look at the map of India and observe the distribution of cotton textiles in India. The various cotton textile centers are Gwalior, Nagpur, Ahmedabad, Surat, Pune, Murshidabad, etc. You will notice that the concentration of cotton textiles is high in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Let us find out the reason. The cotton textile industry are concentrated in the cotton growing belt, mainly in Gujarat and Maharashtra, due to the following reasons. Point number one, due to the availability of raw material and favorable climate like the humid and frost-free climate, production of cotton is done on large scale. Capital is also required for the production of textile industry. Well-developed transportation system and accessible port facilities in Maharashtra and Gujarat led to their concentration here. Proximity to the market is yet another factor, as cotton cloths are ideal and comfortable to wear in these warm and humid states. And lastly, these states are densely populated, so finding cheap laborers is not a problem here. What are the problems faced by the cotton industries? Students, this is a three-marker CBSE question. So, the three major problems which are faced by the cotton industries are: the yarn in India is produced by small industries and units which largely cater to local markets. Secondly, most of the machinery installed in the cotton mills are outdated and need to be replaced. Thirdly, there is erratic power supply, and this industry requires a good power supply for its growth. And lastly, this industry is facing a stiff competition among synthetic fiber because synthetic fiber is easily available at cheap rates. India exports yarn to Japan. Other importers of cotton goods from India are USA, UK, Russia, France, East European countries, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and African countries. Jute textiles are the second type of agro-based industries. India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods. It stands at second place as an exporter after Bangladesh. The first jute mill was set up near Kolkata in 1855 at Trishra. Students, this is again one marker CBSE question. The subtopics that we are going to cover under the heading jute textiles are: contribution made by the jute textiles, its factors, distribution, advantages, problems faced by the jute industries, and lastly, the national jute policy. The jute textile industry was supporting 3.7 lakh workers directly and another 40 lakh small and marginal farmers who were engaged in the cultivation of jute indirectly. Students, look at the map carefully and observe the distribution of jute textiles in India. You will notice that the concentration of jute textiles is higher in the areas of West Bengal, particularly near the banks of Hooghly River Basin. Let us explore the reasons. Factors responsible for the location in the Hooghly River Basin are: proximity of the jute producing areas, inexpensive water transport, supported by a good network of railways, roadways, waterways to facilitate the movement of raw material to the mills, abundant water for processing raw jute, cheap labor from West Bengal and adjoining states of Bihar, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, Kolkata as a large urban center providing banking, insurance, and port facilities for export of jute goods. The major challenges faced by the jute textiles in India are firstly, stiff competition from the international market, like from Bangladesh, Brazil, Philippines, Egypt, and so on. Secondly, it is facing the stiff competition from synthetic fiber. Various steps taken up by the government to boost the production of jute are in 2005, National Jute Policy was formulated with the objective of increasing productivity, improvement in terms of quality, thirdly, ensuring good prices to the jute farmers and enhancing the yield per hectare. With the reference to the distribution of jute textiles, the main markets are USA, Canada, Ghana, Saudi Arabia, UK, and Australia. The growing global concern for environment friendly and biodegradable materials has once again opened the opportunity for jute products. Sugar industry is also an example of agro-based industry. India stands second as a world producer of sugar. Let us understand the features of sugar industry. Sugar industry occupies the first place in the production of gur and khansari. The raw material used in this industry is bulky in nature. This industry is seasonal in nature, so it is ideally suited to the cooperative sector. In our country, sugar mills are widely spread over Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat, along with Punjab, Haryana, and Madhya Pradesh. On the basis of distribution, sugar industries can be broadly categorized northern regions and southern regions. In recent years, there is a tendency for the sugar mills to concentrate in the southern states of India, and it happened because of the following reasons. Sugarcane that grows here has higher sucrose content. Due to favorable climate, it provides longer crushing period and growing season. Moreover, cooperatives are successful in these states. Modern mills have more crushing capacities. Major challenges include the seasonal nature of the industry, old and inefficient methods of production, transport delay in reaching cane to factories, and the need to maximize the use of bagasse.